Good morning. This is Kramer's Corner with the daily technical update. It is Monday the 28th of August. I'm back from a little holiday, so we are going to have a look at some interesting market developments. Here we have the S&P 500 that seems to be forming a shoulder-like pattern where we had the left shoulder over here, the head up here, which was also the bear engulfing candle, and a right shoulder right here that also is a massive bearish engulfing candle. Key support at 43.40, which is also the neckline level, so that's the level to look out for the next few days. At close below, well, then there is room down to 4100, and I have added some Fibonacci projection levels here that should be observed. That's the levels we could reach 50% of the top to bottom from the head to the neckline is at 4200, 61.8 is 41.75, and a little bit further down here we have strong support just around 4100, but we also have the 200 moving average coming up that will add some support right there. So for markets to cancel this top and reversal pattern, it needs to close above the 44.58 peak here. Then it has cancelled this top and reversal, and it demolished the shoulder pattern. Nasdaq 100 in a downtrend, but it seems to hold on to its key support at 14,687. It did close at just a few dollars above about a week ago, but we could also now have another go in the next couple of days. We had also this bearish engulfing here. We are in bearish trend on the RSI, bearish sentiment and all. So we are in a negative sentiment. We are in a negative trend, bearish trend. 14,254 is very key support. If it breaks below that, well, then there could be a massive sell-off down to around 13,000. To cancel this downtrend picture, we have 15,366 is the level it needs to break back above to do that. Then it will demolish the downtrend and probably resume to uptrend. Seng opens much higher this morning, but the sellers took control after touching the resistance at 18,562 and selling throughout the session. So we are ending just 1.7% higher. During this session. At the end of the session, the downtrend is still intact, and we could see further selling pressure pushing Hang Seng down to around 17,000 here on the short term. On the European markets, well, while I've been away last week, a lot of dancing between key support 15,482 and 16,000 on the DAX here. And I think we will see that still on the short term next few days, probably most of the week. Amsterdam, AEX tried to get back above the 748, but sellers also, we saw a very bearish candle here, testing the 731 support once again, and we could see it having a go. But I want to see a close below 731 before I call that we should drop to 716. I think we could see a bounce, and possibly here over the next few days, maybe a test to see if they can get back up to 748 once again. You can see that the MACD is slowly moving around. We also have the RSI trying to push a little bit higher, but the downtrend is still intact. However, if we can get it back above 748, 750, well, then we could see a further rebound up to 763, but it's a very strong resistance there, to say the least. All right, but then we have Belgium markets stepping sideways here. It is in a downtrend, a bearish sentiment, but I think we could see a move up to around 36.76 before selling pressure will resume and likely push the market lower. But Belgium market looks a little bit better than some of the other ones, especially the Amsterdam market here. CAC40. Very indecisive. I mean, it did try to test the 7,083 support, just dipping below the 7,100. But it seems that the battle is going on here. So I would say range bound with a negative sentiment. That's really where we are at the moment. Moving on to the FX market, we have, and I think we just need to put that one on there. So we had the euro dollar taking out the support at 108.30. That was key, and we are now in a confirmed downtrend short term. On the medium term, as you can see, it's testing this lower rising trend line. It's not the strongest one, really. We also have the 100 moving average declining. So I think we could see it being pushed a little bit lower. On the daily, we are below or just around the 200 moving average. We are in a negative sentiment. However, I think we will see a little bit of bounce, maybe up to 109, possibly up to test the underside of the cloud at 109.50. But we will still be below the 100 daily moving and the 55 daily moving average, and we will still be in negative sentiment on the RSI. The dollar index fairly strong at the moment. A little bit stronger than expected, but trust the indicators. RSI positive without no divergence. Little bit stretched to short term. We could see a correction down to around the 103 before next move up, but there is room up to around 105.78, which is the, and let's zoom out a little bit, which is that's the resistance here, and it's also the 161.8 projection of the this large correction here. Back above the medium-term falling trend line, which is really key. But what is also key is that the weekly RSI is currently being rejected at the 60 threshold. That is something to look out for. If it can't close the week above that one, then we could be in for a larger correction lower. Dollar yen continuing its uptrend, trying to test the previous peak here, and I think we will have a more evidence in the next couple of days. Can it actually close above, or will it be rejected for a larger correction down to around 443, or should we break higher? The 146.60 is also the 786 retracement of the entire downtrend here, and the medium term we are in an uptrend, and we are likely to see higher levels on dollar yen. Cable hovering around the 125.90 level, currently below, so we are in a downtrend, we are in a negative trend on the RSI, and it seems like the party, so to speak, in cable is over. We are going to trade lower. No strong support until around 123, but the 200 moving average will add a little bit of support, but we can see it dip down there in coming weeks. Also, we are back below the medium-term rising trend line, currently around the 100 moving average, and we could move lower here on cable. To change that bearish sentiment or bearish picture, we need to get back above 128. On euro yen, let's see where we have euro yen right there. Can't really get any traction either way here. Hovering around 158, then it's above, then it's below, then it's above, then it's below. The uptrend is still intact, however, but there is some warnings, and as you can see here, the tops here on the RSI values, they are declining, meaning we are we are showing divergence. There's imbalance. It can't really get upside traction. But let's see. We do have the underlying 200. 100 and the 55 moving average moving higher. So if we can get back above the peaks here at 159.50 from last week, then there could be more upside potential to around 163 on euro yen. On the commodities, we have the gold spot really trying to get some upside momentum, but I think it will falter a little bit, and we will probably just be stuck in this range between the 18, possibly down to the 1870, which is a strong support, and up to around 1930. I can't really find the direction here on the very short term on the gold spot. Copper was rejected just a few cents from the 382. pivot resistance levels that it has been, up below, up above, and then below, and now we are still below and being rejected. I think we could see a new renewed selling pressure towards the 365, possibly down to 356 on the copper here. It's below the 55, it's below the 100, which are declining. So quite a bit of pressure there. The energy market, we have oil, and I think we will be range bound between 81.78 and the 88 level here the next couple of weeks, with a little bit of bearish side, but sentiment is still bullish and we could resume uptrend, so keep an eye out on that. If we take out some of the peaks here at 85, 86, then we will have a new shot at the 88.20 resistance level. Right, and then finally the US 10-year formed a little bit. It's not a clear-cut top and reversal pattern, but around the 432, 435 level, and the uptrend is stretched a little bit, but however it is still intact. If we drop back below 117, 115, we could see a larger correction down, possibly to the 4% again, catching the 55 moving average, which is coming up there. And there is some divergence here. The values are declining a little bit here on the daily one. So it is a short term a little bit stretched on the US 10-year. All right, that's all for today. Look out for updates on the European and US markets in written analysis here later today. Thank you very much.